Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing the Richmond vs Sydney game review, going through who went well, who didn't go so well, and yeah, so sorry this is a little bit late, some other things popped up, etc, and hopefully I'll be able to get out all the game reviews and all the content before I believe it's a Thursday night game this week. Sydney Western Bulldogs on Thursday night, so hopefully I can get that out before this game, but we'll have to, I guess, wait and see with that. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So Nankervis dominated pretty much with Hickey. Hickey seems to be giving up pretty good scores week in, week out, so English is definitely a VC option and probably he looks set to go 130, honestly, English, because he'll beat Hickey around the ground, plus also I think he's still good enough to get those 35 or 40 hitouts, as well as I think Bond might get copper tag from potentially Mills in the midfield. So I don't think he is the best option in there for the next week. But I do think that Hickey is just giving up big points. He gave up 83 in the second half to Nankervis. I mean, admittedly, this was after the game totally flipped after Lloyd got concussed early in the second from Nankervis. So Nankervis will have 3 weeks out, meaning that Samson Ryan is certainly on the radar. I mean, I don't think he played, but I think him and Miller could certainly be looked at, but then again, they're both sort of going to take that 60-40 ruck, and none of them are dominant around the ground, so I wouldn't be looking at either of them necessarily too much as either cash gen or as in a top 6 player for the next couple of weeks. Bolton 107, he did really well on the third and just started to dominate the game. I think he had something like 28 disposals after quarter time or something, so he just ended up having one of those games. But I still wouldn't pick him just yet for that forward role. Tim Taranto was sort of back to what he's usual, but obviously 97 is dipped below. So that was another, I think I VC'd him, didn't I? Let's just see. Round 17. Did I VC? No, I did not. I VC'd Dacos, that's what it was. But yeah, so I didn't end up going for the VC there. I ended up going Dacos and ended up picking the right one in Dawson to overshadow that. But Taranto should be back soon to that 100 best, but he's nowhere close to being dropped as the forward options seem to dwindle quite massively at the moment. Ross came on really early and had a good game. Martin, again, having a decent game. Prestia, Lawson, Graham, Hopper, all these guys sort of having, in the end, a lot of these guys having pretty down games. And then you have, obviously, Baker is another one that's sort of been talked about a little bit across the season, and he's just not got the role anymore, so I wouldn't be picking him. Trent Cotchin, not at all. And then you have a lot of the key position players down in the 30s and 40s, and then we move over to Sydney, and it was basically just Errol Goulden doing Errol Goulden things, and he should be, whether he will be in the Australian 40, just whether he gets onto the All-Australian wing is a matter for the actual All-Australian selectors to realise that he is the best winger in the comp. He put up another, 30 odd disposals or something. What did he put up? Let's look at this one. 31 disposals, and you got, if I go to Dacos here, what did he put up? He put up 24 and 11, and then you've got Martin here as well, who put up a good score, didn't he? Who put up 28, 9 and 1. So you got 3 guys right around there that are around the marker there, but I do think that Goulden is leading the pack, and I do think that it's probably just Dacos second now. I think that's pretty clear over the last couple of weeks that that Dacos should be second over Martin, as Martin did have a disappointing second last game. Then we have Florent here, 103. 32, 27, 20, 24. Just a good display from him, but he won't put that up week by week. Mills here, and he looks ready to go up, but I don't know. Like, I'm pondering whether to get him or not. But I'm just hoping Dunkley is back, because if Dunkley is back, I might be able to gain somewhere close to 40 or 50 points on any of these guys that traded him out, as Dunkley was traded out by, I believe, a large portion. I think that's like 23% or something like that traded Dunkley out, as he was in the 70s, I believe. Then you've got Heaney 90, Parker 84, Franklin 80. Franklin had a really good start and then faded, and then came back in the fourth quarter, but again, just, what did he kick? Only 1 goal? 2 goals? Looks like only 2 goals here. So then again, yeah, he's kicking goals, but the team's just not winning, to be honest with you. McInerney was pretty good early and then faded harshly. McLean and Campbell, pretty much. McLean was did really well early and then faded again. Campbell, again, just consistent. Melican, Blakey, none of these guys are really fancy relevant, and Hickey put up a 56. So, and he only ended up with like 10 or so hit outs, I'm pretty sure. If we look at Hickey here, let's look at the stats. 17 hit outs for the game, which is pretty low for him. So that was just a really disappointing effort from him. And then Papley, again, another disappointing effort from him. He ended up with, 1 goal? 1 or something. And then the main talking point of this game were these 2 guys down below, who one's out concussed and then one has an injury concern. So Sheldrick went down with an injury on about 12 or something like that, very early in the game. And he just never seemed to recover, to be honest. And yeah, got to 46, so he went up another like 30 or 40 odd K. I think maybe even 50. He went up 51K, I think, to 516. But I think it's time to trade him out, as his break even is gone basically, and also he is a sub risk and also non-playing risk or red dot risk. So I would just trade him out and get someone who's going to get some cash gen going. Like, I think Harvey's pretty good for cash gen. I think that's the guy that I decided to move on. I went to Sam Banks because I couldn't. I don't think I could get Harvey. That's what it was. And also I wanted to be able to, I think, get another defender mid, even though I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I have, it's basically even. I just could choose between, and I think Banks is one of the guys that I think can easily prop up and go big next week. He did put up a 39, but I think he can easily go and score 90, 85, or whatever. So I went for him over like Harvey, etc. Even though Harvey has a better break even and stuff like that. And then down here, some people did have Lloyd, and yeah, he just got concussed early on, ended up on a 38, and would have had, honestly, he got concussed in the 2nd minute here, because that's when the free kick occurred. He would have honestly probably had an 80 or 90, so a lot of people got 60 odd points taken away basically because of that. And yeah, so that's the video there. So if I go back to the main screen, that's the review of the Richmond versus Sydney game, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks guys, goodbye.